What is good, YouTube? It is your boy Anime Devil Hunter, and today we will be reviewing chapter 6 of Red Hood. It's so crazy. I was at work yesterday wondering where the hell is the new chapter of Red Hood and all the rest of the other Jump series, and it was like nowhere to be found. I was so damn pissed, but it's okay, we got it today. This chapter was really great in my opinion. I really enjoyed it. We got some interesting reveals, some more info about the Hunters Guild, and we also got introduced to some new characters who were dope, by the way. But before we get into all that stuff that went down in this chapter, if you are new to this channel, subscribe. Here on this channel, we cover all sorts of Red Hood content, weekly reviews, character explain videos, and even theories. Oh, by the way, you should definitely go check out my Red List theory once you're done with this video. I highly recommend it. So yeah, definitely subscribe and join the family. Drop a like if you end up enjoying the video, and comment down below your favorite part of the chapter. With that being said, let's begin. So we begin the chapter off with a flashback of the Hamlet mayor and a young Velo. After cutting the wood with the axe, Velo says yes, it's split. The mayor tells him, you got a knack for that. Velo then says to the mayor, bring me more wood. From now on, I'll do the wood cutting. You always cut the firewood for everyone, right? Let me do it now. I want to repay you and everyone else in the hamlet. So it seems like he really loves everyone in the hamlet. So best believe that Lycon and the witch going on to destroy the hamlet is going to make Velo pissed. And with every creature he comes across, Velo is going to destroy them. The mayor then says, yes, from now on you will be the one too. And right before we could finish off what the mayor said, Velo wakes up from his dream. So last chapter we found out that there's something mysterious going on with the hamlet, considering Grimm pointed out that the hamlet isn't anything special. And for two powerful people like Cinderella the Ashen Witch and Lycon, the leader of some wolf society, to show up to that hamlet seems to be pretty odd. So yeah, I feel like the hamlet is going to be referenced a lot throughout the story, considering how special it seems to be. Grimm then goes on to say to Velo, you awake, you are moaning in your sleep. Velo then says, oh, just a dream. We then see the text, after leaving the ashes of the hamlet behind, the two of us made for the town that sat on the doorstep of Hunters Guild HQ Borderport. Velo wakes up and says, a tree is walking? Bro, the detail in that tree looked fucking amazing. Like I said in my Red List video, we're going to see a lot of odd creatures throughout the world. Grimm then says, that's just a lumbering giant, ignore it. Velo's like, whoa, I never seen a giant before. We then get a flashback after what specifically happened after Velo told Grimm, take me to the Hunters Guild. Velo says to Grimm, I have to go, take me to the Hunters Guild. The monsters who burned everything left and the villagers have all scattered. If I stay here, I won't be able to protect anything. I have to go out and hunt werewolves. Grimm then says, in order to protect the surviving villagers, you're going to try to protect the whole world? That's some awfully strange reasoning. It sounds more like a child's dream to me. But for now, that's enough. Grimm then says, come with me, I'll take you to the Hunters Guild. And the panel looks like the art in this series is absolutely amazing. So we then return back to the present moment, and Velo thinks, I can't let the tragedy of Kosoka village happen again. I'm going to become a hunter to make sure there's never another disaster like that. Grimm then says, Tylty, stop here, let's have breakfast. Tylty then comes out and says, right. We then find out that the tractor that they're on is called the Tractor Hermit Crab, Amber, and it looks pretty cool. It's property of the guild, and it just looks pretty unique to me. And it also looks just like the you know how each weekly author has a drawing of something. Oda has like a fish, the creator of Mashle Komodo has some type of like mushroom thingy, and the creator for this series for Red Hood has a crab, and this crab looks just like the crab for the weekly shonen author comments, and I just want to point that out. It's kind of funny to me. So Grimm then goes to ask Velo about the axe. She says, about the axe, did it really belong to the mayor? And Velo then says, yeah, it was for cutting firewood. Grimm then says, I'm surprised you split open a werewolf's gut in one swing with that. Velo then says, winters in Kosoka were harsh. Firewood was a major lifeline for all the villagers. To repay them for raising me, I split everyone's firewood for the winter, so I know how to handle an axe. Grimm then says, wood cutting, makes sense. And Velo's just like, what a messy eater. I mean, yo, she seems pretty hungry. Grimm then says, splitting firewood is an efficient full body workout. I hear there's a kingdom somewhere that uses it as a training regimen for new knights. Velo then says, oh, then it was my bond with the villagers that defeated those werewolves. And Grimm's like, if you want to look at it like that, sure. Grimm then goes on to think, that wasn't the power of friendship, thank God. We don't want another fairy tale. I expect that the axe is made out of wolfnium, but why would a Hunter Hamlet mayor have it? So like I said in the beginning of the video, the hamlet is going to be referenced several times throughout the series, considering how special or mysterious it seems. Grimm then points out two members of the Red List showed up. That's the guild's list of top priority kill on sight targets. Lycon is the alpha of Werewolf Society and Cinderella's his partner. A wolfnium axe, a boy given nice training, flunky werewolves that show up almost begging to be killed. The village is raised, and handily enough, I'm there to bring the boy into the guild. It's all far too convenient. What was really going on in that hamlet? So guys, it seems that prophecy as vibes have been laid out. So 300 chapters down to the story, 200 chapters down to the story. If a prophecy is told or whatever, we can't get upset because the author has laid it down from the jump. So, hey, I'm all aboard with it. Tylty then goes on to say, can I ask you something? It's about what's next. And that plan you mentioned to exterminate all werewolves is way too soon for that kid. Velo's like, Tylty? Tylty then says, you don't get to hear about that until you're formally inducted into the guild. Not that you will be, it'll be 100 years before, and right before he finishes that sentence, his sister Mylty punches him and tells him just to serve the food. So we get introduced to the hermit crab drivers, Tylty and Mylty, 2 siblings. Mylty then goes on to say to Velo, I'm sorry Velo, the more he trusts a person, the sharper his tongue gets with them. Tylty's like, hey, I don't trust them yet, and quit flinching all the time, you make it look like I'm the bad guy. Mylty looks just like Ochako, like she looks so similar to Ochako, like you could definitely tell, man, he has some My Hero in him still left. Mylty then points out something's coming. We then see a crab with a tank on it, looks like I'm gonna call it a crab tank. Velo's like, whoa, what's that? They then point out that it's an armored crab. It's a species that sticks to stuff to his body as armor. The foam it spits makes a kind of glue when mixed with sand. It uses that to paste the junk to its back. Tylty then points out the ones carrying a deflect tank. Velo's like, wait, what's a tank? Tylty then says something you'll see plenty of in town. Mylty's like, what should we do? It isn't firing at us and it's just one. Grim then points out armored crabs are generally timid and harmless creatures, but this road leads to the outskirts of the bay. Let's lead it back to the wild. The armored tank then goes on to point towards them, and Mylty's like, it's moved. And then it fires and destroys the hermit crab that they were using to travel in. Tylty's like, you're kidding, how can it fire? Is there someone inside plotting? Velo then pays close attention and he points out there's another crab, a tiny one sitting on top of it. Grim's like, a playa crab? It's clever and has principal claws. Its favorite food is humans too. Scary. Grim then goes on to tell Tylty and Mylty, I permit you both to use force. Can I count on you to handle it? And they both say, you bet. Velo's like, what do we do? Grim says, watch and learn. This is a good chance. I haven't told you before about what's going on with my body. So at this point in the chapter, we learn that Grim is cursed. A witch has turned her body into that of a child. On the hunt, she can use this layer clock to transform into an adult, but it only works for 3 hours and she can only use it once per day. After that, she's useless for a time. So she said basically it leaves her really tired. But she says she's not needed right now anyway because Mylty and Tylty are both skilled. Mylty and Tylty then go on to send a bullet into the tank, which ricochets all across, taking the playa crab out. Velo then goes on to think, not only did she hit that tiny gap, she aimed for the ricochet too. The crab then gets out and Tylty immediately cuts it up, which was quite amazing. Tylty then says nothing personal, you just picked the wrong target. After defeating the playa crab, Velo then goes on to say, wow, so that's what the Hunters Guild can do. I want to be just as good as you. And right before he finishes that sentence, Tylty points out that they aren't hunters. He reveals to us that they flunked out and they couldn't pass the camp. Velo's like, the camp. Mylty then goes on to say training camp. It's 3 months of hell that you'll go through yourself soon enough. And she also reveals to Velo that they do odd jobs for the guild now. We then find out that about 200 hopefuls apply for each camp. Generally 3 or so pass. Only those who can survive the harshest training earn the right to join the guild. So that's crazy. So we're not done yet though. We got one more page. Velo's like, wait, I have to pass the camp these 2 fail? They then arrive at a weird location. Tylty then says, ah, there it is. That's the guild's mobile research facility. Both camp and fortress, the iron works. We then see a huge muscular lady at the end and says, okay, how many will survive this round? So I do have to say this chapter of Red Hood was pretty good. We got introduced to several characters and we also got introduced to a mysterious figure at the end. And I'm pretty sure this lady is going to be probably like the lady to like train Velo and stuff. But yeah guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. It was a great chapter in my opinion. We got introduced to all sorts of stuff. I can't wait to see what's to come. We're about to enter a new arc pretty soon. Velo's about to go ahead and enter the training camp. Only 3 passed, so it's about to be crazy. It's already starting to give me Hunter x Hunter, you know, exam vibes, you feel me? But I can't wait, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Drop a like if you did. Hit the subscribe button for more content. It is your boy Anime Devil Hunter, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.